Meanwhile, London has today been playing host to an international meeting of defence ministers over Syria. RT's Anastasia Churkina was at the press conference that followed that meeting.
What emerged was more accusations against Russia. Following this meeting of the 15 core members of the anti-ISIS coalition here in London, we saw the UK Secretary of State for Defence Michael Fallon and his US counterpart Ash Carter on his final goodbye tour, taking jabs at Russia yet again. Well, we had some questions for them as well.
It was mentioned several times by Western leaders that Russia and Syria are preventing aid getting to those who need it. Is any aid currently being delivered? Has the situation changed in any way? Because we have heard from some officials in Russia saying they're waiting for this aid to come.
We've been trying to get food and medicines and other humanitarian aid into Aleppo since the summer, and we've had absolutely zero cooperation from Russia. On the contrary, we've seen aid convoys attacked, and we've seen hospitals bombed, and a barbaric attitude to the plight of civilians in Aleppo.
This rhetoric is quite different from what we've been hearing from the UN's humanitarian advisor for Syria. Let's take a listen.
We are now getting round-the-clock help from the Russian military, and we think we will be able to monitor and assist those evacuations that should follow.
There is now a new rotation of convoy getting inside eastern Aleppo to supervise the evacuation of additional wounded persons and civilians as well.
Well, and when it comes to Assad's future in Syria, we've seen today the UK and the US basically come back to where it all started.
Well, we don't see a future for President Assad in Syria, even if he defeats the opposition in Aleppo. There is no victory in bombing hospitals, in restricting humanitarian aid, and ending up in a country that you only control 40% of.
Well, with this conflict now unraveling for years, it is quite clear that the Western position continues to remain the same, with regime change being quite key for them as the perceived outcome of this crisis.